Whittward Carver, the final problems. All right, listen up, you bunch of scoundrels. It's time for a tale of intrigue, chaos, and a whole lot of nonsense. Welcome to Sherlock Holmes and the final blooming problem. Picture this. London, foggy as a politician's promise, and twice as shady. Our hero, Sherlock Holmes, is the brainy one. Sharp as a tack, and twice as prickly. Then there's Watson, his loyal sidekick, who's about as useful as a chocolate teapot when it comes to sleuthing. But bless him, he tries. Now, enter Moriarty, the kingpin of the criminal underworld. He's charming, manipulative, and has more followers than a Kardashian on Instagram. He's the puppet master, pulling strings like a deranged Geppetto. Then, we have Lestrade, the trend-chasing cop who's about as effective as a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest. He's always chasing the latest fad in crime-solving, which usually involves Sherlock doing all the legwork. And finally, there's Mrs. Hudson, the skeptical landlady who's seen it all and isn't afraid to call bullshit when she sees it. She's the voice of reason in a world gone bonkers. So, Holmes gets a letter from Moriarty, basically saying, "Catch me if you can, chump." And Holmes is like, "Challenge accepted, you criminal mastermind." Watson, of course, is all gung-ho, ready to charge into battle like a bull in a china shop. Holmes starts unravelling Moriarty's web of crime, and it's like a blasted spider's web, sticky, complicated, and full of corpses. Meanwhile, Lestrade is running around like a headless chicken, trying to keep up. He's like, "Holmes, you're a genius. Watson, you're, when you're also present." Mrs. Hudson, bless her, is just shaking her head, going, "You lot are bloody mad. But carry on, I suppose someone's got to keep London safe." Now, Moriarty's not one to sit back and watch his empire crumble. Oh no, he's fighting back. He's like the Hydra. Cut off one head, and two more pop up. Except these heads are armed with guns and really bad attitudes. Holmes, Watson and Lestrade are chasing Moriarty all over London. It's like a blasted game of cat and mouse, except the mouse has a PhD in evil, and the cat is high on... Well, let's just say Holmes has a bit of a habit. Don't judge. Finally, they corner Moriarty at the Reichenbach Falls. It's a bloody standoff, like the OK Corral but with more water and less cowboys. Holmes is like, "Moriarty, your reign of terror ends here." And Moriarty's like, "Holmes, you're a pain in my arse, but you're the only one worthy of my genius." Watson's standing there going, "Blimey, this is intense." And Lestrade's like, "I should probably do something, but I'm not sure what." Then, in a twist that no one saw coming, Holmes and Moriarty both go tumbling over the falls, locked in a deadly embrace. Watson screaming, Lestrade's fumbling, and Mrs. Hudson's back in London, going, "I bloody well told them this would happen." But here's the kicker. Holmes had a plan all along. He faked his own death. Because he's a sneaky bugger like that. He's like, "Surprise, Watson. I'm not dead. Now let's go catch some more criminals." And Watson's like, "Holmes, you absolute git. I thought you were dead." And Holmes is like, "Yes, well, the game's afoot, Watson. And by the way, you might want to change your trousers. You've had a little accident." And that, my friends, is the tale of Sherlock Holmes and the final blooming problem. The moral of the story: never underestimate the power of stupid, always question authority. And if you're going to fake your own death, make sure you've got a change of clothes handy. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some sleuthing of my own to do. There's a mysterious stain on my carpet, and I'm pretty sure it's not tea. Cheers.